Hello. So there is a lot of talk at the moment about the Mccanns losing the libel case against Gonzalo Amaral, and I just thought I would share my thoughts on what has turned out to be quite a huge blow for the Mccanns at their ongoing battle at silencing anyone that questions this fantasy story that they've been peddling of the abduction since Madeleine disappeared miraculously from her apartment in early 2007. The chief inspector, Gonzalo, who was widely said to have bungled the hunt for Madeleine during the early stages of the investigation, has, as I say, won his appeal by unanimous decision, it should be noted, against what I believe to be a pretty malicious libel lawsuit by the Mccanns for a book in which he publishes an alternative explanation as to what really happened to Madeleine on that night. It's fair to say that Gonzalo has been a victim of a disgraceful smear campaign, actually, by the Mccanns. Not just by the Mccanns, but by their high-profile lawyers and PR firms on the Madeleine McCann Fund payroll, whose sole purpose is to try and keep a lid on the uncomfortable truth of the lie, as the book was titled, which in my opinion, having studied the evidence and the facts, clearly shows that the Mccanns had some involvement in Madeleine's disappearance. So hopefully this victory against the Mccanns could now lead the way to a reopening of the case where so many questions remain unanswered. Particularly the 48 questions which Kate McCann and Jerry McCann actually refused to answer when they were made suspects. The McCanns, from early reports after the decision was made against them, are said to be seething with the verdict, as one of their close friends revealed to a newspaper, but pretty staggered by the arrogance of the Mccanns, as they're now immediately preparing to appeal the decision in the Supreme Court, which will, obviously not come cheap, and it's just another opportunity for them to frivolously waste more cash from the generous donations which are currently sitting in the Madeleine McCann Fund in the process. So I should probably take this opportunity just to wish Gonzalo congratulations, well done. This is a really great victory, not just for the truth of the Madeleine McCann case, but for freedom of speech in general. And I truly hope that this will re-inject some more attention onto the case, which it's sort of taken a back seat over the last couple of years, and the Portuguese investigation has been closed now for quite a few years, and moreover, it should be noted that this is a man, Gonzalo, whose family have been ripped apart. He lost his career of 35 years at the top of his game. His reputation has been irreversibly tarnished by this, and he's spent the last 6 years in and out of court battling the Mccanns. So for nothing more than simply sharing his opinion on the case, and it's pretty interesting, the stuff that he talks about in the book. And aside from the obvious crime of the Mccanns leaving their children unattended for 7 days in a row when they went and got pissed, the evidence to suggest, the blood in the apartment, the blood in the car boot, Kate's refusal to answer these questions or to take a lie detector, all of this adds up to a pretty, compelling argument that indeed the Mccanns know a lot more than they're letting on. So the war may not be over as yet, but certainly the battle has been won, and hopefully we are now one step closer to finding out what really happened to Madeleine McCann.